Hey guys, Darren here. Welcome to Mayhem Country Living. What are we doing today? Occasionally, on the homestead, you have something break. If you have access to a welder and you know something about welding, you can do a passable job of repairing your problem. If we're talking about like a mower deck or something breaks, you know, a strut on a piece of metal building that you're putting up, a support, something like that. You can fabricate it, fab it back together, weld it back together. I am not a professional welder, and I have done several videos on welding. Don't hate me. I'm not good at it. I'm more of a grinder than I am a welder, and you'll understand. Now, what we're doing, we have a mower deck. The mower deck probably cost around $300 to replace. Bare. That's with nothing on it. Not talking about the two spindles and all the pulleys and everything else. Most of the time when you take spindles off to swap them out, you break the bolts off into them, so you just might as well buy new spindles. It's just the way it is. Because you're bolting, you have bolted steel to aluminum, and just because of the chemistry behind it, they tend to rust bond together. You won't get it off. You'll break half. You'll break 2 of the 4 connecting studs, so it's not worth it. But I'll show you what we got. And this is just something that we do. Now, I am using a, I will tell you this, this is a Chicago Electric Harbor Freight Special flux wire welder. It ain't the best, but it's what I got. The closer you get, the better power supply you have. And by that I mean don't run 100 feet of extension cord and expect this thing to work well. But I am plugged into a transformer right up there. You can see the yellow thing up in the top center. And it is a good hot power supply. Now, what we're doing is we are re-welding one of the 3 hangers that had broken off, and then we will re-weld a tensioner pulley that kind of makes the whole world go around on this thing. So, more to come. Okay guys, now flux wire is messy because it has the shielding element inside it. It's actually hollow, and we'll say it that way. It's kind of accurate, it's kind of not, but it, you know, for the video it will explain it away. So you get some spatters with it. Away she goes. If you have a gas shielded system, which fantastic, and I plan on getting one. Right now I don't have it, so use what you got. So we're just kind of piecing this guy back together again because I don't want to spend the money to buy a new mower deck with everything that's going on, with all the expenses that are associated with a new house. And yes, I will break down and get a haircut though. How about that thing? Good googly moogly. Remind me not to take my hat back off. But we have all the safety equipment. We have a auto darkening helmet. We have the vest. We have the big heavy leather gloves. I'm just wearing the helmet. I ain't wearing all that crap. So, don't do what I do. More to come. Okay guys, now we're back. Working around the homestead, you need to know, like I said, a little bit about a lot of stuff. As far as this welding thing goes, you need to make sure you have a good clean surface prepared. So if you have a heavy wire brush or a good welder or a good grinder, with a wire brush or something like that. Wear the appropriate eye cover. That's something we don't skirt on. And clean it really, really good, because this unit is not heavy duty enough to power through grease, grime, and rust. Some of the heavier stuff that I use on industrial sites, doesn't matter if you clean it or not, you can weld the space shuttle to a brick if you needed to, and that stuff would hold, but we don't have that here. So we're going to really clean our areas. We're going to make sure our grounds are connected, and we'll just go from there. More to come. Okay guys, now you can see the damage is extensive. We have a stress fracture running here, running all the way over to here. This is bad. Can you repair it? Absolutely. Not well with the equipment I have though. Now, I'll show you this one. This is not as bad. We're going to weld both sides. This is only going to be a temporary fix patch. Away she goes. My plan is to get this thing to work 5 or 6 more times to cut this grass till we get this property sold, and then we're going to have to break down and buy a 0 turn, but we'll keep this one and we'll buy a new deck, and I'll swap what I can, and then I'll buy all new spindles, and we'll do videos on that as well. So this is just making do until we can get what we need. More to come. Points together with tack welds, so nothing would really flex, although it's not that important on this kind of stuff, but still you want to try to do a good job. Now we're going to fill in all the way around. We're going to chip off all the buildup that is from flux wire. So more to come. Okay guys, so you can see we're done, and actually because it's going to be under the mower deck, I'm really not going to clean it up much. I'm going to put a coat of whatever paint I have laying around just to help inhibit the rust on everything. I think it actually went back together much better than I anticipated. And you see I use those 2-inch washers. Those are nice because you have an interior space rather than a piece of flat stock. If you had flat stock, you could drill a bunch of holes in it to fill in and reinforce, but gosh, the washers are just so much easier, and they fit pretty dang good. We shall see. I am going to clean it up a little bit more though, just cause, and we'll put this damn thing back on there. More to come. Okay guys, now we're back, and again, this is just kind of one of those homestead skills you need to be able to do. I am in no way, form, fashion any kind of welder other than hobby. I would say I'm a hobby welder, and I can put two pieces of metal together and make them stick. It ain't pretty, but that's the way it is. Again, this is just something that really goes a long way doing this kind of stuff on the homestead. Sometimes this kind of stuff happens on a Sunday afternoon. You will not find anybody that will come out and weld anything for you at all on a Sunday afternoon. So it's good to have, like I said, a small flux wire welder, the safety equipment that you need to use, and a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of know-how on how to do this. And it goes a long way. It will more than pay for itself. Doing this stuff and doing small engine repair, I fed us for a year after I lost my job, and we ate very well and paid all our bills. So I'm going to wrap this up, guys. In just a second you're going to see a picture of my ugly mug pop over here, as well as my beautiful wife on the opposite side. Going to be some videos. We are indeed your brand of wacky, guys. Take care of you people.